I'm going to throw it out here because it's a big debate across Europe right now, across the world. Actually, everybody who loves the Premier League. So many people think Arsenal have the advantage because they have 3 games in hand over most of the other guys. A lot of people still think Man United have the squad, to get in there, but maybe just his tactic, his style is not really shown any kind of confidence, But I'm going to throw this out there to all 3 of you. Who takes your 4th position in the Premier League? I'm throwing this to all 3 of you now. Who takes your 4th position in the Premier League?
So the first thing that I would say, I have a narrative about Arsenal right now, about the number of red cards that they've had, the indiscipline that Arsenal has. And I think if anybody is not putting Arsenal as favorite, they might be pointing to that. Would they be able to keep 11 men on the field for the remaining games? And if they can do that, they've got a chance. They've got a chance. They played Wolves, a very good team, kept the clean sheet, and got the victory as well. So I would say that, I know that people are debating about what's happening in Arsenal, was debating about whether they can sustain this. What I would say is that if they can keep their discipline, in terms of 11 players on the pitch, I think they have a chance as any to get that top 4 position.
Well, for me, I cannot take a stand now. I understand that you want to.
you have to stand somewhere.
Maybe we may get it wrong.
You must stand somewhere, Festus.
You know when we get it wrong, Kali. I think the next 4 games gives us a clearer picture of what may likely happen in terms of top 4. Because if you look at us now, some of our standing games includes Wolves, includes Tottenham, includes Chelsea. Those are games you cannot ordinarily say you get 3 points. You could end up, out of the 9 points available, you could end up getting 1, you could end up getting 2. It could even be 3, it could be 6, it could be 9. So if you see the next run of games, like at least the next 4 games, gives you a clearer picture. In the outstandings we're having, if we can pick 6 points there, it gives us a clear standing. It makes us favorite. It makes us not favorite. Because after then, I think the next run of games, you could see games that you could easily win. Now, what's my problem with us now? I still wonder why Arteta allowed Aubameyang to leave when clearly we don't have good out-and-out strikers. I am always scared for Lacazette. If Lacazette has an injury today, we don't have an experienced striker to actually hold the team together in terms of attacking options. Because clearly, he has made our team so lean that I'm wondering what really happened. Here, they're trying to clear wages. They're trying to make the team attractive enough to bring in guys at the end of the season. But we are ending the season now. This is when it gets tougher. This is when you need all experience. If Aubameyang has been managed, actually he was released. If he was managed in a way that Aubameyang could still give you close to at least minimum 8 goals, 6 goals before the end of the season, if well managed. So I think this is where I have a problem a bit. Arteta at times he's a good manager. He's showing that yes, he's holding his own, but it's clearly he is showing a bit of a problem, which I think will haunt him in future, which is man management. A lot of big coaches, what they do, they punish you, they bring you back after a while. You don't punish the player, and that is it. That is the end of it. Now, coming back to other teams, in the mix of that top 4, Wolves has been consistent. And this is why I'm looking at them. Tottenham, I won't give Tottenham top 4. Sorry, Eddie, I have to come in here. I see what Conte is trying to do. Conte is going to be very dangerous next season. By then, he has brought in his kind of players. He has finally engraved the system in the Tottenham team. But for now, from what I'm saying, those players are not, they are not technical enough to actually pick up what he's trying to do, and I don't think at the end of the day they will be in top 4. I see them finishing around 5th, 6th. So for me, Kylie, back to your question, who am I giving these options? I'm giving it between Wolves, West Ham will drop. I'm giving it between Wolves and Arsenal to actually compete for top 4. Man U also will be dropped.
Okay, I think you guys probably missed the point there. And what you've genuinely missed is the fact that if you look at the history as in recent history of the Premier League, United have always almost faltered, but they've crossed the line.
Yeah.
Same thing with Spurs. They have recent Champions League experience. And honestly, even though I will back Arsenal to the core any day, looking at the fixtures, the only reason I would discount United out of the top 4 right now is because they have the hardest running. In fact, in March, they're playing Liverpool. They're going to be playing Man City. They've got some of the hardest games you can think of. They've got them all lined up. And then the Champions League, this time around, they've got Atletico as well. So other than that, but then sometimes big players rise in big games. They've got Ronaldo. They've got Bruno. They've got some players who can really, really hurt the opposition. So you guys must really, really not throw away United. If I was going to back anything at any team at the minute, if I was a betting man, my money would be on United to actually finish in the top 4. The only reason I would also put Tottenham in the mix is because they have a couple of games in hand. 1, then 2, they've got Antonio Conte, who knows the job. He knows the Premier League inside and out. So he can honestly just take them over the line, especially with the 2 signings he made in January as well, because you don't know what the signings are going to do. Look at Arsenal, no new signings, let so many players out of the club. You're going to have injuries or suspensions, and Eddie talked about the fact that they'll be getting red cards of late. So frankly, as much as I love Arsenal, on current situations, I would not put Arsenal in the mix. I would honestly give it to United or Tottenham, but Tottenham would actually take it for me because their running is so favorable. They keep Harry Kane fit, they keep Son fit, they keep Lucas Moura fit, and then they're getting boys who are actually now doing the job as well. It's really, really in their hands, honestly, if you look at the way things have panned out and how things are going to look.
I'm sorry,
well said, guys.
You mentioned players that came in.
Well,
those guys are actually unknown players.
Go ahead, Festus.
I said you mentioned about the 2 players that came in for Tottenham, Rodrigo Bentancur and Dejan Kulusevski from Juventus. Who are they? You
don't get into the Juventus team if you don't know what you're doing.
Exactly.
You don't know what you're doing.
I wouldn't discount the players. Discount the players at all.
He didn't take them for nothing. He definitely must know they've got something to contribute.
No,
otherwise he won't be taking them.
Bentancur is actually a player I've loved for a long.
There you go.
So guys, do you think that the home